All right, welcome back to the Knives Fast channel, guys. Say hello to Ren and Stimpy, Powder Toast Man, Log, and TV, and let's get started with another review. This is the 6-leaf knives, SL02. Now, this is a separate company from Tucson, but these are produced by Tucson in China, 6-leaf, and this is the SL02, designed by Rattlesnake Designs. So, such a cool looking knife. The SL02, as you can see, Rattlesnake, made of D2. And there is the 6-leaf logo, as you can see there. Really cool. So let's start with this crazy looking micarta, guys. Let's see. Linen micarta, it says, but it sure looks like burlap to me. When I look at it, it just has that look of burlap. Everything I've looked up says linen. But I don't know, but it's brown micarta, and it is super cool. And what I like is their rattlesnake design, and it almost has that rattlesnake kind of look to it. Nice flat pivot, one screw back here, does stand slightly proud, but I think that's, again, because we have contouring going on in the scales, chamfering on the edges. Really good. So we have a loop over, mostly deep pocket carry clip. There you go, a little bit sticking out there. 2 screws. They do, whoa, that one might be a little loose. I just saw that. I will have to check that. Not right now, though, because we're doing a review. That's funny looking. But it is plenty of room, guys, because the scale is sunk down into the scale. The clip is sunk down into the scale. So you have plenty of clearance here, good in and out of the pocket, a little springy on the clip, so it does bounce around just slightly, but not too bad. Lanyard slot back here, black back spacer, and stainless steel liners. Now, pop her open here, but you can see inside there is some weight reduction inside that side, but none on that side. Is a liner lock. You can see the stop pin there, very cool. I believe this is running on bearings. I couldn't find anything. Well, there you go. Now, I was going to say I couldn't find anything definitive, but now I can. It's riding on bearings. There you go. The blade, you have this crazy looking harpoon blade, guys. Just love the looks of this blade because of the swedging at the top, the flats, the main bevel, and then the secondary kind of... I mean, look at that. It just catches the light. It is absolutely gorgeous. And you have like a double harpoon here. It's kind of crazy. So on that side, again, you have the 6-leaf logo. On this side, you have SL02, Rattlesnake Design, and D2. But then you have that same beautiful grind. Really crazy. You do have quite a bit of jimping on the flipper tab, and it's rounded with a hole there. Just kind of an interesting design. Catches your finger really well. This guy has a pretty good, well, and you got to get past that detent, guys. That's another thing, by the way, if you haven't noticed. You got to make sure you get past that detent, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Has a pretty good, strong detent. Again, not coming out. Pops out. Let's see. Can I fail it? No. It's coming out, guys. That detent is spot on. But it is a late break. Right about there. So it is a little bit of late break. So you got to kind of get low on that lock bar and let it come down far enough. And then it will go down really easily. You do have good access to that lock bar. No problem whatsoever. No lock stick. You do have about 15 probably on the lockup. Could be a little better there, guys. If I'm being honest, you see your detent ball there. It could be just a little bit better there, but I mean, it's solid. It's not going anywhere. I got greasy fingers because I just ate some lunch. All right, there we go. But really cool. So there you go. Let's see. What is the centering like? Dead centered. You got a really interesting look from the top because you have so many different, you got swedging here, you got, it's just, but it is a thicker blade stock. Now, when we want to talk about thicker, guys, this knife is thicker, okay? So this is going to be my one knock with this knife. And you guys know I'm not afraid of a big knife. They feel good in my hand. I have bigger hands, but these scales are even a little thick for me. You can see back here where they're full. By the way, that screw sticking up is bugging me now, but I'll fix it in a moment after the review. But you can see nice, very good looking micarta, but they could be a little bit thinner, and we'll talk about that right now. So in this grip, it just feels like there's a lot of knife there. It's very thick. So let's see. You know what, I said I wasn't going to do stuff, but I'm going to pull back here and get my caliper. Well, I think I am. And I'm making a mess everywhere. I'm just curious how thick it is here. So we're going to zero out the calipers and go for thickness here. So yeah, a half an inch is usually pretty standard these days. That is 0.66 of an inch, 0.67. Very, very thick. And you got this extra, thick scale that then goes down to thin. Now, I will say this, because they've made it thin, on this backed up grip, it's pretty good. But when you come up here, you can definitely feel like you're holding a big, thick knife. Now, you do have a full-on choil here, plenty of room to get up here and really grab onto it and still have some handle left over. And back here, when you back down, you have a little bit of handle left. And I would say, really, and you guys know how much I love a choil, with my thumb here and this back here, that is a really good feeling grip. Up here, it just feels a little bit thicker, but it still feels good. I just wish those scales were, like I said, we're not even talking about that much. Just get them down to half an inch or just over half an inch. But they are pretty thick. Now, action-wise, again, falls. Look at that. It's so big and thick, it just falls shut. Really, really cool. Now, I did get this one from White Mountain Knives, so we will talk about it there. Now, White Mountain Knives is currently out of stock of these. Unfortunately, they are normally only $37.99, so $38, and with the 10% off with KnivesFAST code, obviously a little bit cheaper. So, we'll just wait for those to come back in stock, hopefully very soon. But if you like this, you can win it on an upcoming, or it may have already been given away by the time you see this, but it will be given away on a KF Live live stream. Now, as far as specs, 8.07 on the overall length. The closed length is 4.76, so plenty of handle. Blade length is 3.46, so almost 3.5. Blade thickness, 0.15. So again, a thicker stock, guys. I like to be somewhere down around 0.12 or 0.13 or 0.11. It's a little thinner stock. But again, it cuts well. The way they've done that secondary grind is pretty cool. Plain edge. Brown linen micarta, weighs 5.26. Again, that goes back to those thick scales, guys. Thick piece of cardboard here. Let's just check this real quick. Look. Like I told you, it's not like that thick stock is really killing anything. This guy will downright, well, again, I butchered it now. But you saw the first two cuts. I'm just awkward at this angle. So there we go. Oh, come on. It's an angle thing, guys. It's not the knife. Trust me. It's how I'm getting in front. Let me just do one off camera here. Oh, yeah. So you can see it cut it very, very cleanly. It's just me trying to do it on camera. And you get a really nice purchase with this extra grind here. Really, really cool. Thinner here, a little thicker back here, but still pretty daggone cool knife for sure. So there you go, guys. The first 6 leaf on the channel, probably not the last. That will, we'll keep an eye on them. So see if they fix some of the things, like maybe thinning out that stock just a little bit, guys. So let me know what you think down in the comments. Give me a thumbs up. And guys, thanks so much for your support. Please subscribe if you're not already. And thank you so much for watching the KnivesFAST channel.